Kia ora, Taurus. This is your reading for this eclipse, this full moon eclipse in Taurus. So let's see what the cards are speaking of today. Thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. And remember, these are general readings, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And let me know how things have been going for you at this time. The collective reading is up there if you want to have a look at that. It was kind of interesting, I think. We are in a tense position at the moment, or it feels that there's a level of tension, that we are being squeezed a little bit. So I hope you're keeping well. Now let's get the cards on the table and we go through and clarify as always. So we're looking at Taurus here today. What is, excuse me, going on for Taurus? Excuse me, sorry. Well, there's a few things, interesting things. We'll talk about them in a moment. I'll just get two more cards. We do have the Hermit coming out first. Will be one more please. A good time to be sort of going within, Taurus. I'm just actually feeling the need to actually going within. What do we got here? Look, I would say, just even at the briefest glance at the cards on the table today, that it's a really good time at the moment to just instigate some self-care. If you're getting kind of dispersed or, mentally, take some time out to give yourself just some space, actually. So we've come out today, Taurus, with the Hermit, this beautiful Hermit. It is a hero's journey. It can be a hard journey. Sometimes we choose it. Sometimes circumstance pushes us into this zone. And when I speak of the zone, we're talking, go away, naughty fly came in. When I speak of the zone, we're talking about, shining the metaphorical light internally into some of those dark corners. And this eclipse, this full moon lunar eclipse, is on the Taurus Scorpio axis. And so, a lot of stuff, this is a cycle that has been, this eclipse cycle has been going on for quite a long time, and we are nearing the end of it. So, we get that Hermit, and it means that we really are shining a light on some of the things that possibly we weren't that conscious of before. As I said, we do go through and clarify. The next card we get in the center point is the Eight of Wands, which is about, communication and messages coming through. Whether you feel bombarded or whether this is actually a really good thing, because it, whoever, wherever the speed of information or messages, where they're coming from, it's actually impacting. Go away, little fly. It's really annoying me. Sorry. It's really impacting potentially this movement into an internal review or contemplation for you, Taurus. We then, and you see what I mean, like the Hanged Man, we're cutting out. We may well have received information, and it has actually encouraged us to go within, to shut out stimulus. Look, we're getting bombarded at an intensity these days with so much information that it just so easily moves you off your central point. your focus point, Taurus. The Hanged Man, what was I saying? The Hanged Man. It's a retreat to a place similar to the Hermit. But in the Hanged Man, we literally, there's nothing coming in, there's nothing going out. We are in this because it heralds a kind of blossoming and a blooming, a new blossoming with a new potential and new perspectives, more so new perspectives, and seeing. You could be possibly seeing the information that's come through to you. You will start to see it in a different way, possibly in a more positive way. The fourth card, Taurus, is the Death card, letting things go. Hello, it is that Taurian Scorpio axis. That the other aspect is this purging in order to revitalize yourself. And you may well, however difficult that is, you may well have been experiencing this. A lot of people have been. And a lot of events often happen at this time that really push us into a place where we do start to look at what we need to let go of, Taurus. I mean, the Death card is a beautiful card, and it is a card of transformation. There's a transforming going on. And it doesn't last. It's just a process. So let's clarify, Taurus. Let's have a look. See what's going on. A little another doesn't quite make sense. Another layer. So we're looking at the Hermit. Shoe fly. I've got the window open. It's so open. And it just doesn't want to fly out. Go on. We're looking at the Hermit for Taurus. Beginning of this reading today. Looking at the Hermit. What is the Hermit speaking of for Taurus today, please? What is the Hermit speaking of? We've got. Look, there could be we've got two court cards here. There could be a choice that you're. Look, we're always surrounded by choices. We make 100 gazillion choices every day. Even in our dreams, we're making, in some ways, choices. Taurus, we have. There could be aspects of yourself. King of Wands here. Very life and soul of the party kind of aspect. Wands are all about the will, all about your fire within. We were reviewing our relationships and what we feel that we offer others, and possibly it's often the case what we feel like we're not getting back. Nevertheless, the King of Wands, and we also have the Knight of Pentacles, who's a wonderful manager. Look, it could be, for a Taurus out there, that there is, information has come to you, and, it's propelled you to make a choice, and it may well be a choice between two people or different workplaces, or there's a dualistic aspect to this. I think it's relationship based that you've gone into hermit mode. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving, quite different. from that King of Rods for the fact that he is a knight and the king is a king. Perspectives, positions, elements. We're looking at the Knight of Earth. We're looking at the King of Fire. There's quite a big difference. They could be aspects of yourself, Taurus, but I do see you making a choice in terms of options or choices within relationships between maybe you're choosing one of these people. It sort of does feel like that to me, but it also feels that you are questioning what a lot of your relationships maybe are based on. You're reviewing it, you're looking at it, you're looking through it, and you're understanding your self-responsibility within that as well, that it's up to you to manage your energy. There's a level of conflict here. We've got the Five of Wands coming out, so there is, and it may be internal conflict. It could be conflict within situation here. Let's look at the Eight of Wands, Taurus. The Eight of Wands, please, for Taurus. This is fast moving energy, really fast. Yeah, look, we've got the Hierophant. Hierophant, to me, in these times, is about information that was sort of hidden. It's information that is now you are conscious of. Do you know what I mean? And it's spiritual stuff. It's really quite big stuff with the Hierophant. But this information has given you a key. Obviously, we've got keys on the card, but it's given you the ability to, okay, take a couple of steps backward, do some really internal sort of, clearly, self-reflection. I do think it is about relationships, Taurus, but it's not simply about choosing one person over another. It's actually that you've got this new information that is intrinsically part of who you are as an individual, as a soul entity, and as a soul, With that, this has caused you a lot of it's caused you a lot of worry. It's caused you a lot of mental difficulty. We've got the Nine of Swords coming out with that, Taurus. I think you are in the process of cutting these ropes. This is about your own ability to catastrophize situations. We all have that. The sort of worry card is the Nine of Swords. And a lot of these things are unfounded. They are just, buzz off, fly, go away. It's gone. It's gone now, Taurus. These worries. No point. No need. You're really making a commitment, and there's another one, I think. You're making a commitment to yourself here, and it's a wonderful thing. And so you may well be, in terms of choosing between two people, but you're actually primarily making a commitment to yourself to understand some things within, and you've been given the ability to be more aware of certain things within your own self. Let's have a look at the Hanged Man. We seem to be getting far too many cards. The Hanged Man for Taurus, please, today. on this full, beautiful lunar eclipse. This is interesting. Okay, so we get another aspect coming in here, but in fact, we've upped our ante, right? So we're looking at the Hanged Man, Taurus. The Hanged Man goes into this chrysalid state. In this state, we're not shining any lights. We're actually just allowing things to move through us and work through us and work within us in order for this transformation, which is coming or has come. With that Hanged Man, to clarify, firstly, we get the moon. Something is really could be just about, if it hasn't already, to be illuminated after this. It's as if you're moving through that eclipse, as much as the moon is, lovely Taurus. So we have the moon. We have a period where things are concealed and then revealed clearly and fully. We then have the Page of Cups. Now this is an emotional offering. It is small, but it is an offering. For some Taurians out there, it just might not be enough. You know, this could be in relation to reconciliation, could be in relation to this. I do feel it to be, for some Tauruses out there, that there's a choice to be made. But actually there's the parallel scenario of your own evolution going on as well. So it's pretty amazing. We then have the 10 of Swords. So we've gone from the 9 to the 10. Now the 10 of Swords is an amazing card. It's a wonderful card because it's a card where we suddenly now we understand. And we see this expressed in the hand gesture here in the Morgan Greer card of the 10 of Swords. We can't take any more. We also see that understanding with the Hierophant. Do you see what I mean? There's this is something that needs to be understood, that you need to understand, and either you do or you're in the process of that. What that understanding is different for anyone or everyone or whatever, whoever out there. But this is a wonderful card because it means that it's like overcoming, when people talk about a karmic lesson, just for example, karmic lessons, you know, that we can, all of us, and we do, repeat certain patterns. We have same situations happening often, again and again, and sometimes this can be so, what's the word? It can be so monumental that there's a point where we shift it. We learn something and we don't have to keep repeating it. In fact, we choose not to. And this is that. It's a complete shift. You're shifting your own energy for one thing. You're overcoming whatever you want to call it, like a karmic lesson. You've learnt it, Taurus. And here we have, and all in this eclipse season, we've got the Death card, beautiful death. It is a transformation. It's a new you. It's actually a more fully rounded and grounded you. Can we have a just a clarification for the Death card, this transformation for Taurus? Oh, It's pretty amazing actually the way cards work. And in fact, in the collective reading, I got the reading bookended, with the same card. We're looking at transformation. We're looking at death. Where is it taking you? Where is all this? Like, it's big stuff, Taurus. We've got the Eight of Swords, the consummate card of self-limitation. We often have this Nine of Swords accompanying the Eight. Self-limitation. We beat ourselves up over not doing something that we really wanted to do because we decided not to at the last minute, because we felt a level of fear or we couldn't do it, whatever it is. Self-limitation is part of this journey for you. And what that entails, or that's not the right word, what it encompasses for you is actually, this image of finding a jewel that initially might look like a turd or something unpleasant to have to deal with, but in fact it's a jewel, Taurus. It opens up your world. And with that, the Hermit again. The key here is to allow yourself to go in within this, on this journey. The primary concern, Taurus, at this time, I don't mean concern as in something to be worried about. I mean your concern is focusing on your own commitment to your own kind of evolutionary process, I guess, your own self-care, and to release that which does not serve you anymore. So let's get a lovely rock, mineral and crystal card for you, Taurus. How wonderful is this? The light is a little bit fading out here. This deck has the 4 elements in it, and we get fire for you, Taurus. Passionate, creation, travel, and courage. Excuse me, this is all here for you. And you know what I forgot is to pull a Brian Froud, Pixie and Fairy, because they're so beautiful for you, Taurus. New beginnings. We get the Maiden. This is a fantastic card. Look at this glorious little gorgeousness. Little gorgeousness. We allow, Hanged Man, because this beautiful, gorgeous new thing comes from your efforts, Taurus. On that note, I hope you enjoyed that today, and do take care over this time. As I say, self-care, it's always primary, thing, as is the care of those around you also. So thank you, Taurus. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing. It really helps me to get these videos out to more people. And do put a comment down there how things are going for you, whatever you feel. On that note, I always appreciate that. On that note, take good care, Taurus. See you next time.